Davante Adams. It was 2 years ago that he left the Packers for the Raiders. Here he is from the Max Crosby podcast talking about the quarterback he left behind, not named Aaron Rodgers. He was there to see Jordan Love in practice. Here's what Davante Adams thinks of Jordan Love.
So happy for him, and I haven't really had a chance to truly sit down and talk with him, but I want to tell him at some point, like, I definitely don't regret changing, but I'm super proud of what you've done, and if there was a way I could pull you over here and and drag you with me like that, that would have been cool too, because obviously we saw what he did at the end of the year, but I don't regret what I did, but at the same time, it's definitely, you look back on it, you like, damn, that boy got a ball. Right,
could he be the next one?
Could he be? I mean, I think he is. I think he's shown that, and he's starting to come into his own. I mean, you can see the way he's talking in front of the media and everything. It's just like a whole different person than what I saw when I was there.
High praise for Jordan Love. And look, remember, we've heard different things about why Davante Adams left. The money had something to do with it. Of course. He wanted to be reunited with Derek Carr. And then
he wanted to go as Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer. Remember? He went from Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer. Sorry, go ahead. Keep rattling
And then after his first year with the Raiders, he said he wanted to go somewhere and show that it was him, that he could do these things, that he didn't need to have Aaron Rodgers to have a huge season, which means it wasn't really Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer. It was a clear step down to the point where he's kind of wishing maybe he had included Jordan Love in the trade that sent him to Las Vegas, because now he'd be the quarterback and not Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell, although that's what the Raiders are going with, and I got no problem with that. I think Gardner Minshew can end up being pretty good for that team. They're going to love him in the locker room. They already do, and I think he doesn't get as fair of a shake as he should, because we think in our mind, Jaguars, he didn't win. He was fun to watch, but he's kind of pigeonholed as a low-level guy. But he gets his chance this year. He almost took the Colts to the playoffs last year. He gets his chance this year with the Raiders. Yeah, so maybe Davante Adams will be singing his praises a year from now.
We'll see. I mean, you said it right. I mean, those are the things that I think Davante Adams moved on. Plus, he wanted to move closer to family, right? He talked about the grandmother had never seen him play, and there was all that. So I think there was a lot of other things that were part of that situation. But, yeah, I mean, I do wonder what he thinks, right? I mean, he traded in. He wanted money, warmer weather, be close to family, didn't want to live in Green Bay and be a part of all of that. And that's where he is, right? But I got to wonder, like, he's a little bit going like, man, did I do the right thing? I mean, I certainly would be, and if I was in his shoes, he could say what he wants, but last year he was complaining in the offseason about the quarterback situation, that they didn't really listen to him or do what he wanted, right? I can't imagine that he knocked on the door and was like, hey, guys, I want Gardner Minshew to be the starter this year. I want him. That'll be the best for our team. And I like Gardner Minshew like you, but he's got to prove himself this year that he's a legit starting NFL quarterback and he can take a team to the playoffs or do any of that. There's definitely some meat left on the bone in that department, whether we know that. But, yeah, this is a big year for Minshew. And then Davante Adams, I think we all expect it to be probably his last year with the Raiders. And we'll see where that goes, in his future.
Unless he takes a dramatic reduction in his salary in 2025, it will be his last year. It's going to be up to him at the end of the day. If they want him, they'll make him a reduced offer. If they don't want him, they'll just cut him. And remember, Tommy's still floating around out there, and when he just kind of dropped out of the blue the possibility of coming back and playing during the season, he mentioned the Patriots and the Raiders. Patriots have made it clear that's not happening here. The Raiders, that's the team he's trying to buy a piece of. I'm sure Mark Davis would react kindly to Tom Brady saying, I would like to come back and play. I wonder what Davante Adams would think about that. All right, let's take a break. From one older quarterback to one who isn't quite as old, but it feels like he's a lot older. Matthew Stafford, is he unhappy with his contract in L.A.? We'll discuss that next year on PFT Live. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.